This was Sekhmet. And when the image of Chesed remembered these watchings,
When the sun god
Texts as the Book of the Heavenly Cow, or the myth of the destruction of mankind. This story is the foundation that defines Sekhmet's dual nature, the merciless destroyer and the protective healer. Legend title: When the Eye of Ra Raged, the story of the destruction of mankind. Introduction: the primeval time and the aging god. In the primeval time, Zep-Tepi, gods and humans lived together on Earth, and the great god Ra, the sun god and creator of the universe, ruled all as absolute king. Peace and order, Ma'at, prevailed for long centuries under his reign. However, even gods do not entirely escape the influence of time. Ra began to age in his earthly form. Ancient texts describe his condition precisely. His bones became silver, his flesh gold, and his hair true lapis lazuli. Yet his body weakened, saliva began to trickle from his mouth, and his commands lost their former power. Chapter 1: Human Rebellion. Humankind noticed the weakness of their aging king. Instead of revering him, they began whispering against him. They said that Ra had grown too old and was no longer fit to rule, and they began to rebel. They stopped offering sacrifices, mocked him, and plotted to dethrone him to seize his divine authority. Ra heard of these conspiracies and burned with anger. He felt deeply insulted by the creatures he had created from his own tears. Chapter 2: The Divine Council and the Decision to Eradicate. Fearing that the rebellious humans would flee into the desert, Ra summoned his secret council of gods, led by the primordial god Nun, the watery abyss from which Ra emerged, along with the gods of the primary elements, Shu air, Tefnut moisture, Geb earth, and Nut sky. Ra said to them, "Behold the humans whom I created from my eye. They are plotting against me. Tell me, what shall I do?" The wise god Nun replied on behalf of the council, "O my son Ra, you are greater than your creator and older than those you created. Do not let them escape. Send forth your eye, the eye of Ra, to discipline them, for nothing can stand against your wrath." Ra agreed to the council. He chose his daughter Hathor, the goddess of love, beauty, and music, to embody the eye for this mission. Chapter 3: The Birth of the Bloodthirsty Lioness, Sekhmet. Gentle Hathor descended to earth to execute her father's order to punish the rebels in the desert. However, once the killing began, a terrifying transformation occurred. When Hathor tasted the flavor of human blood for the first time, a dark and savage side within her, previously unknown, was awakened. The gentle goddess vanished, replaced by a rampaging lioness that knew no mercy. Sekhmet, whose name means the powerful one, was born. Sekhmet began a horrific massacre. She tore humans apart with her fangs and claws, wading through pools of blood that covered the land. She enjoyed the killing to the point of ecstasy, returning to Ra every night dripping with blood, proud of what she had accomplished, saying, "I have overpowered mankind, and it was sweet to my heart." Chapter 4: Ra's Regret and the Greater Danger. The massacre continued for days. Ra looked down from on high and saw that the punishment had turned into total annihilation. Sekhmet was no longer distinguishing between rebel and innocent. She intended to wipe out the entire human race. Ra realized that if Sekhmet continued for another day, not a single human would remain on the face of the earth to worship him or offer him sacrifices. He felt regret and fear for his creation. He tried to speak to her, but she was in a state of blood frenzy, hearing nothing. He knew that force would not stop her, only trickery would. Chapter 5: The Great Trick, the Red Beer Plan. Ra summoned his messengers with the speed of lightning and ordered them to go to Elephantine Island, Aswan, to bring back vast quantities of a red pigment substance, said to be red ochre or concentrated pomegranate juice. Simultaneously, he ordered the high priests in the city of Heliopolis to grind immense amounts of barley and brew thousands of jars of beer. Ra mixed the red pigment with the beer until the drink became a deep crimson color, resembling human blood exactly. 7,000 huge jars of this fake blood were prepared, under the cover of darkness, and before the break of dawn when Sekhmet would resume killing, Ra ordered these jars to be poured out into the fields that Sekhmet intended to attack, until the fields turned into a vast lake of the red liquid. Chapter 6: Salvation. With the sunrise, the lioness Sekhmet arrived, starving for the kill. She saw the fields flooded with what she thought was the blood of the humans who had fled from her. Sekhmet bent over the red lake and began to drink voraciously. She drank and drank, thinking she was quenching her thirst with the blood of her enemies, until her belly was full and her head grew heavy. The potent effect of the beer began to flow through her veins. The lioness became completely drunk, staggered, and then fell into a deep sleep, entirely forgetting her desire to kill. Conclusion: the New Order. When Sekhmet awoke from her stupor, her wrath had subsided. She returned to her father Ra, calm once more. Humanity had been saved from total extinction, but the lesson was severe. After this incident, Ra decided that he could not remain on Earth with humans after what had happened. He ascended to the heavens on the back of the heavenly cow, Nut, leaving the god Thoth to teach humans writing and wisdom. Thus began a new era where the world of the gods was separated from the world of humans. From that time on, Sekhmet became a dual symbol. She is the destructive force that must be feared, but also the fierce protector who defends the cosmic order and the king against enemies. She is the Lady of Healing, for the one who has the power to spread death possesses the power to prevent it.
Archaeologists have unearthed a chamber beneath the Sphinx, but what they found inside raises more questions than answers. The discovery changes everything we thought we knew.